Mommy, 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 mommy seekers. Hey, honey. Hey, girl. If I be honest, Jesus is the reason that I'm on here.
This is Mommy Seekers International, and my name is Chantrell Lori. This is the journal of my life as I learn to find out my identity in Christ, and I tell you some relatable stories of my motherhood and womanhood.
Sit down. You have your doctor's appointment today. Are you gonna like it? No, you're not gonna like it. Leah, did you cry? Did you not want to see the doctor today? You cried a lot. Is that your tissue? Huh? Oh, the sanitizer? Yeah. What, Leah? Leah. Okay. Yes. Oh no, my Nia, she's saying that you took the sanitizer and you hit her hand. No, that didn't happen. Yeah, well we're not getting no more. Okay.
I didn't see her. She said
You didn't see her do it?
she said that she can't open it.
She can't open it.
Yeah.
So you're the interpreter for your siblings, Isaiah. Is that true?
Well, I didn't.
You speak on behalf of the baby.
No, last week I learned. I just noticed what people were saying.
All right, doctor's visit. Woo! Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, and thanks for coming on over to Mommy Seekers International. Listen, I have a topic in my heart that I would like to share, and I pray that you're able to grab a seed of faith from it. And it actually occurred while I was in a self-care moment for myself, and I thought I would just share with you. Okay, so the topic I would like to talk about is mommy zones. Mommy zones to me means that there are boundaries as a mom, that things that you can and can't do with, for, and by my kids. Okay, I want to talk about a specific situation that I was passive about, and I wish now, thinking about it then, that I would have confronted it head on, because I have an insecurity in this particular area. So this was actually at my local church. There was a gentleman, and he always is very kind to all my children, but specifically one of our girls, he like picks her out amongst the other twin, and speaks to her and talks to her and try to grab her hand. And this one particular Sunday, she was walking with Daddy, and I did not speak up for her, and I did not say, or I did not tell him that don't do that. But she was walking with Daddy. Both of the girls were walking with Daddy, and then the boys were running around me, headed into church. And long story short, the same gentleman came over, and he said hi to the girls, and then Maya, he was like, you want to hold my hand? And then Maya proceeded not to. So when she proceeded not to, he grabbed her hand and like held onto her hand and was walking at this point. So the mom zone that I'm mentioning is making sure that you're aware of your children's boundaries as well as your own boundaries, because there were a lot of situations, not in my immediate family by God's grace, but my family abroad, that you know, my grandfather and his family, and even on my grandmother's side, there was incest involved in the family. So when I think about these kind of things and I make myself more aware to the uncomfortableness that children would feel, not necessarily trying to pick someone out of a crowd and say, okay, that they're a sexual molester. Not trying to do that, because I don't want to go that far to judge someone, even if outwardly I can speak it and verbally saying it, even if the Holy Spirit gave me inner knowing in my heart to let me know what spirit somebody is operating in, I still would feel uncomfortable about naming the thing, okay? So that particular time it happened, but by God's grace, you live and you learn, right? And that particular moment when he grabbed her hand, in my heart I felt uncomfortable and I felt unsure. But of course, me being passive and ex-codependent, what do? I sit quietly and I'm uncomfortable in my heart, but I don't speak up for my own child. And this is with somebody we don't know, okay? While daddy's holding her hand. I can tell you by God's grace that won't happen again. Because I don't like, you know, my husband, he always tells me, you know, if you think about a situation after it happened and you think about all the possible things that you could have done different in that particular circumstance, then you didn't handle yourself accordingly in maturity in the moment. And so what I'm telling you is there are many situations that may take place and happen that you have to have a mom zone for. The next thing I want to say is, this is very, you know, I've heard of parent shaming and mom shaming, but it hurts a little bit more and it hits different when it is family or friends that are mom shaming, and you have to create a mom zone for that as well. One thing that I didn't do in my friendships enough is be honest with my friends. And by God's grace, God have, like, he's really given me genuine people that really sincerely love me, that don't want anything from me. And I'm so grateful to be in a season of life where God has surrounded me around people that love him first, and reject foolishness from their own life. And so, long story short, another mom zone I believe that I need to create, and I'm sharing it with you, is honestly, like, if somebody says something that is offensive and uncomfortable, and I am sitting in a space to where I'm on the verge of tears and they don't know it, but I'm passively acting like the joke was okay or what was said was okay, that part of me has to be terminated. The reason why I say that is because it's so important for the people that you are around every single day, for you to be able to share your heart with them no matter what, you know, no matter what season of life you're in. That is the kind of supporting factor I'm believing God for, that is around me, that I can say, Lord, you put these people in my life, not to necessarily affirm who I am, but so that I would become more realized in their group, that I would know that I'm loved around them, even in their imperfections. So I really believe that it is important to talk about stuff. And there was this one lady, when I was on Instagram a lot, she was making like content, and her content was based on passivity, I believe, and feelings like in crowds of people, like engaging maybe with her spouse, and she would put herself in the skit in uncomfortable situations where she had to speak up for herself. And I remember specifically in one skit she did, she stopped, like, it was like at the dinner party, and there were like friends and they were drinking and having a good time, and she stopped. She was like, she was telling her spouse in this skit, she was like, honey, that made me uncomfortable, and I felt like you attacked some part of me that made me feel insecure around your friends, as if you're better than me. But she said that in front of everybody. And y'all, when I tell you, like, I did an inward giggle and a smile, because I was just like, wow, like, you got somebody that is willing to be bold enough, not necessarily about their faith, but about their level of respect for themselves, and they're willing to translate that over to friends or family. Because I find there are a lot of offensive things that people have said about me as being a twin mom and a mother of 4, and me being a black mom. There are many offensive gestures people have made towards me, but nothing hurts more like people that you actually know that's communicating you. So you got to share with people how you feel. The third thing for a mom zone, in order to be so aware that you know yourself hands down on any occasion, in any setting, in any group, in somebody that is very influential, like, hey, there is no inferiority complex here, we are the same, we bleed the same. Well, the last mom zone that I want to talk to you about today is, I want to share with you, it is very, very important, y'all. It is very special. Give me 1 second, baby. It is very special because you've got to see a therapist. You've got to see a counselor to help you to be made aware to these emotions that you're having, to this state that you are experiencing. Because at the end of the day, there are things that, you don't know what you don't know. So what I'm saying is, there are things that you have to be aware of, because as you are aware of why you think the way you do, that sets your heart in a position where you can learn how to guard your heart, for above all else flows the issues of life out of it. You can know. Kalia. Not right now, Josh. Just give me a second. In order to know how to guard your heart, you have to know what makes you tick. You have to know your likes and your dislikes. What makes you sad, happy, mad, frustrated. You have to know these things so you can create mental blockers for the negativity that tries to get in your soul, that tries to get in your feelings, your emotions, because we are spirit. That is how we have to respond first. Now, do I always respond with spirit first? No, I respond fleshly some days. I'm not on it. I'm not sober. I have not done what's necessary in order to steward my spirit well. Maybe I haven't prayed that day or read my Bible, which I am definitely trying to get in the rhythm of living healthy concerning that. But it is very important for you to have a mom zone, that you are conducting healthy appointments, or you're in healthy settings, for you to realize how these triggers can be made new, how that you would know what you don't know. That means therapists, psychologists, maybe small groups, maybe mom groups. But that's it. God bless y'all.